This is Mr. R.S. Khamitkar from Department of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Now, the topic is online EDA tool. EDA stands for Electronic Design and Analysis Tool. Now, when we working with the electronics devices and circuits, it's many a times what happens is you have to work on the real world hardware, and for that sake you have to make your hands-on experience with the different devices. But it is not possible for the students to always get the chance to work out with the different components altogether. So there are online tools available to exercise this particular activity. So what we are going to learn, like at the end of this particular session, students will be able to utilize online EDA tools. Now, when we are talking about the online EDA tools, it is always good to see it through the online media itself. Now, there are many tools available, and one by one we'll go through it. So let's jump to the web browser. Like we'll switch over to the web browser. So when you start with the web browser, we need to search about the Tinkercad platform. Now Tinkercad is one of the platform provided by the Autodesk company. Now what exactly it have is, when you log into it, it provides you the possibility of giving the designing in 3D, which is used for graphical design, and the others for the circuit design where different components are used. Now this is the environment that you log in. When you log in, you get it. Now the login procedure, like to make your own account, you can follow the simple step of creating an account. It just asks a primary information, and related to it the ID will be created. Once you get the ID, you can log in into it just like any other website. Now to start with, we need to click on new, and as we are interested to create a circuit, so we'll be creating a circuit. We'll click on circuit. So once you click on the circuit, this is the environment that you get. It gives you a different possibilities of working with different components. So this is the canvas area where you will be drawing that particular diagram. So these are like basic components like resistors, LED, push buttons, potentiometer, capacitor, then slide switches, batteries, and the different microcontroller boards like an Arduino. There are servo motors, DC motors, and so on. Like there are so many different components available. Similarly, there are advanced level like components are also available. So if I click on all, it will show you different sensors also. So different photodiode sensors, then your vibration sensor, flex sensor, ultrasonic sensors. These are all available in the form of simulation, where you can integrate them together and form the circuit. Now to start with the basic fundamental stuff, we will design one circuit where we'll use a slide switch, a resistor, and a LED to turn on that using battery. So we'll place the resistor. So to place the resistor, we need to click on the mouse. So I am holding the mouse. I picked up the component and then I placed it. Now to rotate it, simply when you selected that particular component, you can click R button on the keyboard, or you can click on this and then you can right click it and rotate it, right? So we have placed the resistor. Similarly, we need to place the slide switch also. So we'll click on the slide switch and then we'll place it up here. We want to turn on and turn off the LED, so we'll use the LED as such. So we'll use the LED. Then we need a battery pack also, so we'll use the battery pack. So you can search about the battery pack. We will use 9-volt battery. Now if I zoom in, I will will be able to see it. look at this particular thing. So if I click on it, so when we take or hover a mouse over this particular end of this particular component, which is terminal 2, if I click on it, there will be a wire connected along with it. Now I can take this wire and I can connect it to a cathode of this. Now I connected it to the cathode, and then I can take this anode and connect it to a slide switch terminal 1. Now this is a common terminal and the slide switch will work. So we need to connect the common terminal to the positive terminal of a power supply, and similarly a wire from the other end of this particular resistor will go to the negative terminal of the battery, which is connected to the cathode of this particular LED. Now we can change the color of the wire. So to change the color of the wire, we can directly select that wire and click on it. Usually we'll use it as a black, the other one will use it as a red. So we have selected the other wire which is connected to the positive terminal. We'll click it on red. So likewise, you can change the color of a different wire also. Now the component resistor is having a value of 1 kilo ohm. Now if we take out 9 volt and 1 kilo ohm resistance, so it's like around 9 milliampere it will be providing the current when it turned on. So if I now wish to check out whether this particular circuit is working or not, I need to turn it on by starting with the simulation. So to start with the simulation, what we need to do is we need to click on start simulation. So if I click on start simulation button, it will start with the execution of this particular. So you can see that the LED has turned on. So if you see it here carefully, now the slide switch where the other terminal is not connected anywhere. So if I click on this, the LED will be turned off, as there will not be a contact from this particular red wire to this green wire as we are sliding this switch to the opposite side. So if I click on it, you can see that this particular LED has turned off. Now this is a very simple circuit that we will be in a position to work it out in the lab. Now basic understanding of this particular circuit is to understand the working environment of this particular software. Now it is very interesting to work out with different components available in the component section of this particular environment, where Tinkercad has provided like very variety of components and sensors as an input and actuator circuits for the output part. Now to save this, as we are working on the cloud platform, we need to stop the simulation first. This all changes been saved directly with this particular file name. So you can change the file name also, or you can save it as it is. Now as we are working on the cloud environment, this is like a platform provided by the Tinkercad. The exclusive saving of the circuit is not necessary, but this saves in a autosave manner. So if we wish, we can go with new circuit by clicking on this Tinkercad logo and then the other saved. Now these are the previous versions which have been saved, and now we can click on new and create a circuit. So if we click on this, we can start with. Okay,